How many ghosts will be around your bed when that time comes? Hopefully, for all of us, it's none. Hopefully, it's none. For the masses, it's probably a bunch. But the fact that you're here, you get this information. You get to apply this. You get to get better. You can continue to learn and grow and become because you get this. There shouldn't be many ghosts by your bed. We're going after that life of fulfillment, y'all. We're continuing to pursue a life of fulfillment. What do we talk about? Just on money, right? Not about acquiring. It's about becoming. It's not about what you get. It's not about the goal. It's about the man or woman you have to become in pursuit of the goal. It's the fulfillment. It's who you become. That's the journey. And we just posed this question on Monday. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming in your process? We become what we think about. We become what we focus on. But what are you focused on? If you want to answer the question of who you're becoming and you don't know, then we probably start with, well, what do I think about mostly? Where does my energy go mostly? What are the thoughts that I have? What's the vision that I have? Am I moving towards that vision in my health life, in my faith life, in my financial life, in my business, in my relationships? Am I moving towards that man or woman? These are the reminders. This is what keeps you going every day. When life gets crazy, you have to be able to come back and say, you know what? Who am I becoming? Who am I becoming by allowing this worry, allowing this fear, allowing these doubts, allowing the same old things to happen? Who am I becoming? I'm just staying the same person. If I don't expose myself to new environments, if I don't take in new information, if I don't try new things, if I don't do I'm actually the same person. And what do we know? If you're not growing, you're dying. So if you think you're the same person, you're actually a less version of yourself. You're moving backwards. That's why these reminders are so important. That we got to continue to move forward. You got to continue to have a vision for life. This is about who you are becoming in this process. Some things in there that are, again, are reminders. Many of these things, I know, they're not things that are new. There's not many things I'm going to show you or you're going to hear that are going to be new. But at the stage you're in, you can always get a revelation. You can always say, ooh, that's what I needed. That's what I needed to focus on. That was the thing that I needed for this morning. That was the thing I needed for this week. Got it. That's the area I need to tweak. Got it. This week, that's what I needed to focus on. And then you go apply it and you do it. What I wrote down, this is you versus you. We know that, right? You know this is an internal game. This is not you changing the external world so your internal world changes. This is you changing your internal world so your external world changes, right? We all love MJ. We all love Michael Jackson. What'd he say? I'm starting with the man in the mirror, right? That's the purpose of the song, right? I'm starting with me. If I want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself. Who thought I'd use some Michael Jackson lyrics on you today, right? Take a look at yourself and then make a change, right? You got to make a change in you so that changes. He's been telling us that for a long time, but it's a you versus you game. Every day you wake up, it's you saying, okay, how do I get better in this area? How do I impact it in this area? That's it. But this is a reminder, right? These are just reminders that that's what you got to focus on. Obsession will beat talent every day of the week. Obsession will beat talent every day of the week. What are you obsessed with? What are you obsessed with? What are you moving towards? Ed Milet said something that I put down and I've been saying, right? I'm obsessed with the expansion of my being. I'm obsessed with that. I'm obsessed with like me growing, my being expanding. So I focus on that. And that obsession will beat the talent any day. So you have to ask yourself those things. What are you obsessed about? What's the thing that you are focused on? You have to jump when you're scared. You have to jump when you're scared. It's such a simple thing to remember, but it's an important thing. When you feel the fear, you have to do the thing. Like you have to confront it. You have to move forward. This is a way of being. This is how you operate. When you face the fear, when you face the challenge, you push through it. That's a habit. We become a product of our habits. Our habits come from how we think about things. So, what do you think about when fear hits your life? What are you thinking about? Are you like, man, I can't do this? Man, this is scared. I'm not equipped. When everything's perfect, when this time, like, is that how we operate? Or it's, man, I feel this fear. Okay, let's go head on. Everything you want is on the other side of your comfort zone. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Everything you want. It's just we're scared to do it. So don't let fear hold you back. You got to jump when you're scared. Never quit. Never quit. Never quit. It's okay to slow down, but we never quit. We never give up in any of the things you're pursuing. In any of the things you're pursuing, in success, health, finances, fitness, right? All the things. In any of the things, we never quit. It's okay to slow down, but you never quit. Quitters never win. Winners never quit, right? So you're a winner. So you can't quit. Goggins is fired up in that video. He said, don't let life hijack your mind. Don't let life hijack your mind because life will. That's the distractions. We think it's just life. It's the enemy coming to distract, knowing your buttons, knowing what knocks you off your path, knowing what areas you struggle with, knowing your insecurities, knowing where you can fail and where you can, right, have your setbacks. That's what hijacks your mind. You think it's just, oh, this is just another thing. No, it's the same thing coming back around to you because we haven't figured out how to control that part of our mind. So don't let life do that. Are you doing what everybody else is doing? That was the last thing I wrote down. Are you doing what everybody else is doing? Are you doing what the masses are doing? Or are you setting yourself apart? That's what Tyrese was talking about at the end of that video. Are you accepting every invite to go out? Are you accepting every phone call from every person? Are you doing the things that the masses do? Are you doing the happy hour? Are you hanging out on the weekend? Are you hanging out like are you doing what everyone else does or are you setting yourself apart to go be great? Are you setting yourself apart to go off and design your ideal life? If the people you're around are not actively designing their ideal life, then you probably can't be around them because they're going to rub off on you. Like if they're not actively pursuing this excellence, this greatness, this getting better, this growth, if that's not your environment, then you have to get around that environment because you can't be around the other side because the masses pull you back to doing what the masses do. The masses pull you back to their normal, whatever they call normal. But remember, weird rich, normal poor. You doing the things that are unorthodox. Being obsessed is unorthodox, right? Being obsessed, having an obsession. The masses might have said that we shouldn't be obsessed with anything. Like that's an almost a negative word. Yet you hear from the most successful people, from the people that have designed a part of their life that you might admire or look up to, their thought is that obsession is a good thing. Obsession is a good thing, pointed in the right direction. But all of this comes down to your ability to be focused. Be focused on the goals at hand, not be distracted, not let life hijack your mind, not let the circumstances of life continue to kick you off your path. Not getting super low when you're in the valleys emotionally. When life happens to you, where do your emotions go? Do they follow it? If life is on a downhill slant, your emotions follow the downhill slant. So then before you know it, you're in a depressive state or an anxious state, or you can't get yourself up, or right. It's because your emotions are following what's happening around you in life. Or can you learn how to keep your emotions exactly where they need to be? Not too high on the highs, not too low on the lows. It's not that you don't feel, it's just that you don't always allow that to impact your results, your thinking, what you are going to do for that day. In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets, it says champions have an immense capacity for sustained concentration. Like your ability to like concentrate on something for a long amount of time. That's how you get to your goals. Goals don't come quickly. The life that you're designing doesn't just come overnight, but it's how long can you sustain being focused and being concentrated in the areas that are important? That's the separator. That's the separator. And if we've never been taught this, doesn't matter what age and stage we are, if we've never been taught how to keep this sustained concentration for a long period of time, it's likely that we don't get to where we want to go. Here's what it says in the text. It says champions are famous for concentrating their energy and efforts on what they want and blocking out anything or anyone who threatens that focus. I'm gonna read that sentence again so it really sticks. It might sound harsh, it might be extreme, it might be something that again but maybe we don't do. But this statement is the truth. Champions are famous for concentrating their energy and efforts on what they want and blocking out anything or anyone who threatens that focus. While average people haphazardly pursue loosely defined goals, champions concentrate on the attainment of a singular purpose with an intensity that borders on obsession. World-class performers invest an inordinate amount of time and energy in selecting their major goals, while the masses consider making changes every New Year's Eve. The goal setting and planning process is an everyday habit of champions. When the goals are set, champions put mental blinders on and move forward with dogged persistence and ferocious tenacity. World-class performers create such an intense level of concentration to overcome challenges and achieve goals that is the last thing they think about before they fall asleep and the first thing that hits them when they wake up. The great ones dream about their goals so frequently that they often keep a pen and paper on the nightstand so they can quickly record any ideas or solutions that come to them in the middle of the night. While average people see world-class performers' successes as a matter of intelligence or luck, champions know sustained concentration of thought and action is usually the true key to their success. Sustained concentration of thought and action. I'm focused here, mental blinders, on the life that I say that I want. The life that I say that I want in my health. The life that I say that I want in my finances, in my relationships. Like that's the life I say I want. Now I have mental blinders on to just go after that. And through sustained concentration, continuing to concentrate on that thought and put the action behind that thought, that's how you get to the place you want to go. But life comes to distract. The enemy comes to distract. That like this is what you have to fight against. If it were easy, everybody would do it. If it were easy to design your ideal life, to build wealth, to have great relationships, to have life exactly where you want it, to be as healthy as you want and spend time where you, if it were that easy, everybody would do it. Everyone would have the life they want. But it's not. But this is what we focus on. It gets easier if you focus on doing hard things. This might be hard for some of you. It might be hard because you don't fully know what you want yet. Again, just by you jumping on these calls, eventually you'll learn. You'll get that part of it too. It'll click one day like, oh, that is what I want. Oh, I knew. And then you start writing it down and then the process starts. But sometimes there's so much unlearning to do that we got to like penetrate. The words got to penetrate. You know, it's got to like chisel things away. It's got to really permeate and get into the mind if we've been thinking a different way. And once that happens, and now you can have a little bit more of that vision and you understand what you want, then it's a matter of concentrating your energy and your efforts in that direction. And here's the other side of it, and blocking out anything that threatens that. Not allowing it to come back in. Like once I know what I want, then anything that's not that, I don't entertain. I don't give energy to. I literally block it out of my life. It's no longer there. Right? I can't sustain this concentration when I keep hearing and seeing this other side. It's really hard to stay focused over here when this stuff, you're entertaining it, you're allowing it into your life through people, through environments, through what you consume, watch, read, listen to, all that stuff. So that's why both sides are important. Your energy has to go here, your efforts have to go here once you know that's what you want, and you got to block off this side. And many of us don't block off that side. That's why it's hard to stay focused, because that blocking off that side is the hard part, because it might be a person. It likely is something you're comfortable with. And that's why it's out of your comfort zone to block that off. But that's how we stay focused. You want the answer, you want the solution. If you want to know how to do it, like that's how you do it. You got to keep your blinders on and say, hey, that doesn't involve me. I can't take that in. All right. I've told you guys this before. Early times, me and my personal development journey, my wife used to think I was super rude because when I was blocking things out, I was actively blocking out conversations. People would be in the middle of having a negative conversation. And if it was too long of too much negative, I would literally remove myself from the conversation. It could be a group of 3, 4, 5 of us, and everyone's talking, and then it just gets a little too negative or a little too doubtful or a little too, I just walk away. I literally would just walk away. And she used to call me rude. I did this with her family, right? Her family used to call me rude. It was a real issue. And I was so focused on my energy and efforts going this direction that like that didn't even bother me. Like it is what it is. Like I'm not going to sit and listen to that. We can talk about other things, but I block myself off from that. I don't even allow it to come in. I don't even allow it. That might sound extreme to some of you, but how bad do you want to win? How bad do you want to get financially free? How bad do you want to feel great in your health? How bad do you want life exactly where you want? How bad do you want to get to the vision of your life? That's what you got to be willing to do. You got to be willing to put blinders on, focus your efforts and energies in one place, and block out everything else that does not support that. And that's how we get to the life we don't need a break from. Here's what it says here. Nito Quabain has this quote, says, nothing can add more power to your life than concentrating all of your energies on a limited set of targets, a limited set of targets. Sustained concentration is what helps you get to the life you don't need a break from, ladies and gentlemen. You say you want this life. Now you got to get focused. You got to block out all the negativity. You got to block out all the things. You got to get obsessed with the things that you say you want in this life. Best part is it's possible. Like that's the best part. You might not have it right now, but like you can have it. You can have anything you want. You can be, do, have, become anyone that you want. It just takes sustained focus, blocking out all the rest and saying, this is the direction I'm going to go. And you guys can make it happen. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. If nobody tells you, I'll always tell you. People are counting on you to get this information and do something with it, whether it be your children, whether it be your siblings, whether it be your parents, whether it be coworkers, church members. Like people are counting on you to get this information and be able to go do something with it to build the capacity to handle the life that you're asking for. Because if they're in your life, they're going to need to rely on you at some point. If they're not doing their own work, people rely on the people that do this work. And that's all you guys. So go make it happen this Wednesday. Do something that scares you, that pushes you out of your comfort zone, that your future self is going to thank you for. And I'll see you guys back here on Friday. Love you guys. Take care.